Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We've got a Florida budget. It was squeaking in just under the deadline. The AMP is among the world's busiest outdoor venues, and St. Augustine Music Festival returns. We'll get to all that and more, but first, we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with a Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We have Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can find us on YouTube, also on Rumble. Follow us everywhere. Facebook stars are another way that you can support us. We love them. And our app is back and better than ever. Download it today from the Apple App Store. All right, we have paid the bills. We have greeted the peoples. Good morning, fellas.
Hey, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Sorry, I'm sounding a little rough.
A little froggy.
A little froggy. I'm better today than I was yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
yesterday on Father's Day, I was feeling pretty yucky.
were you doing the thing where you hide out in your room with your dog?
Yep.
Yeah.
Two dogs and a cat. I was actually in Blake's room.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Maeve was in my room, so I was in Blake's room because Blake's house sitting.
All right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, though, today is the last day that I'm house sitting for Mom.
So Blake's room's now off limits again.
So you are evicted?
I'm sorry.
Well, I my hideaway spot's taken. So. I'm fully exposed in the house now.
Are you going to fumigate Blake's room for him?
No, he's the one who gave it to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but actually last night you had a little bit of a scare last night, though. You were...
A scare?
You did? You're... No.
Family secrets? What are we
What are you
airing?
talking about? What secret? What secret are you about to give away? Now you're fully committed now. So go ahead and what are you talking about? I was scared.
Well, okay. Well. You called me last night because you messed up your blood pressure monitor.
Okay, the blood pressure monitor. I put it on the wrong way.
Oh, no.
And it read my blood pressure is like 195 over like 120.
I'm dying.
I was like, I'm having a stroke. You know, and I was like, okay, I'm FaceTiming you, and I had it backwards. So,
Yeah. It happens.
So it's one of those fancy ones that you kind of attach, and it works pretty well. But it was like, yeah, if you put it on properly,
It works pretty well, yeah, as long as you don't like dyslexic it.
Yeah.
And turn it backward.
Yeah. So I was like, I know I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad.
I don't feel dying bad.
Yeah, I don't feel like. I mean, I'm not having an aneurysm here. So no, it's pretty funny.
I'm glad she sorted that out without giving yourself a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake,
man.
had Blake on FaceTime. He's like, Dad, it's upside down. Oh, okay.
Cured.
Yeah. I healed.
Miracle worker.
Then it came back like 118 over like 74 or something like that. So it was where, because I don't have, I've never had high blood pressure. I just wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me see.
Check.
And when I checked it, I was like, oh!
Give yourself a heart attack for no reason. Poor guy. Do we have a question of the day?
All right. Question of the day is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how handy do you consider yourself?
I'm pretty handy. I have that like figure it outer gene.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I want to do something bad enough, I'm going to figure out a way to do it. So I've built furniture because I couldn't find anything the size I needed. Like I've changed out components on toilets. I'm pretty handy. I'd give myself a 7.
7? All right.
Yeah.
Like, what about you? What are you thinking?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably say a potato.
A potato. Okay.
I would say you're
scale
a
of
10.
1 to 10.
A 2.
No way.
Because your technology
You
takes you
fixed
to like
everything.
at least a 5.
anything that I can't fix in this building, you can fix. And you look at me like I'm an idiot. So, like, you can fix stuff.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I can't fix stuff with technology, but that's only a small portion of things. But I definitely don't have like the great like skills
I
to.
can tell you when it comes to cars and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a 2. But
I'm
when
a
it
2
comes to
with cars.
technology, you're like a 10. So I mean, you got to give yourself a higher number than that.
Yeah. You're at least a 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Blake, we're gonna handle this one for you. You're a 6.
Okay.
You know.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, but yeah, not on a car. Yeah,
6 with a star on it. Just a little
and I think I'm between like a 7 and an 8. Because I'm another one that can kind of figure out. But I mean, I have stupid skills. Like growing up poor
Yeah.
helps you like be handy because you can't afford to send it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So you know, there's certain things that I gained when I was young where I was like, oh, I forgot I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm gonna give myself probably a 7.5.
There's a guy that makes videos and he's like, you're not, just because you're poor doesn't mean you have to live bad. You just have to do poor better. And then he goes through and he explains like how to fix stuff and how to refurbish things that a lot of people will just throw away. And it's a really cool skill to see. I like
do poor better.
Yeah, do poor better. I enjoy watching his videos because it's like there's some things that can get cleaned or can get fixed that you don't think they can.
Oh yeah, no. There's lots of stuff. So yeah, yesterday, you know, Rebecca refurbishes antiques. We were in a house yesterday that was getting demoed, but there were some really nice antiques in there.
Yeah.
So we had to work a little bit, and you know, like even moving things in. I'm like, okay, here's how we're going to take it in with this angle with the drawers and stuff like that. And you know, I kind of shocked myself. I was like, wow, that worked. You know. You know, but those are things that like you learn like younger in life, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a skill that actually I'm glad I have.
For sure. And moving heavy, fragile things with your significant other it will reveal the cracks in your relationship.
It's rough. It's like being at the boat ramp.
Yeah. Communication skills, coordination, whether or not one's allowing the other to take the lead so that you can move as a unit. Like that is a relationship.
Moving furniture with your son is equally as dangerous for my son. So,
but we're still giving you a 6.
Like I saw your traffic report flash up there, so
that was premature.
Easy.
Things. Should I say it?
Things happen.
We are talking about handy though.
Yeah. Hey.
What? Yes. Rebecca mentioned handy how. It is a Monday, guys.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Afternoon showers.
That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best-kept secrets, Bin 39, tucked inside St. George's Inn at the north end of St. George Street with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday. It's open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle in, everybody. It's the Hit the Blake's traffic report. For real this time.
Traffic.
It is moving.
Yeah, traffic's looking pretty decent out there. Looks like we have a lot of people coming up northbound on 985 this time instead of going southbound at the 210 exit. So it looks like people are coming into work in Jacksonville today. So do be careful going up and enjoy your ride today.
Can we drop the lower third for just a second? I can't see the lower right corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, traffic's moving.
Mm-hmm.
We like
all,
that.
all around.
I mean, there's lots of cars, but at least they're moving.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's historic hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. So sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine one stop at a time. All right, moving into some exciting news. We've got Florida's long-awaited budget slashes spending and stashes money for a rainy day. After weeks of political infighting and stalled negotiations, Florida lawmakers have finalized a $115.1 billion budget for the next fiscal year. A plan aimed at reining in what leaders call runaway state spending. Unveiled Friday, the new budget includes sweeping cuts to vacant state jobs, trims in state agency spending, and $750 million set aside for Florida's rainy day fund, all while still funding many of Governor Ron DeSantis' top priorities. We thought this day would never come, but it did, said State Senate Budget Chair Ed Hooper. I can read, guys. The budget took 102 days to finalize, far longer than Florida's usual 60-day session, largely due to feuds between lawmakers and Governor DeSantis, especially after he called them into 3 special sessions earlier this year, including one on immigration that lacked clear direction. Despite tensions, the budget includes $50 million for Florida Job Growth Grant, $60 million for First Lady Casey DeSantis' Cancer Initiative, and $23 million for the Florida State Guard, a key piece of the governor's immigration enforcement plans. Quote, "The idea that the governor's priorities are being funded at a lower rate is wrong," said the House Budget Chair Lawrence McClure. But not all of DeSantis' asks made it through. Lawmakers denied $2 million for his Hope Florida program, which connects people in need to churches and nonprofits. They also fell short for his ask for Everglades funding, giving $500 million instead of $600 million, citing unspent funds from the past years. Elsewhere, the budget slashes more than 1,700 vacant state jobs, including over 1,000 from health agencies like the Department of Children and Families and the Department of Health. Teacher and school staff raises were trimmed to $100 million, down from $250 million in prior years. While families won't see property tax relief, the budget does deliver big wins for businesses, eliminating the business rent tax, saving Florida companies nearly $900 million a year. Tax cuts for families were narrowed to a permanent back-to-school sales tax holiday in August, and exemptions for select items like sunscreen, life jackets, and even NASCAR tickets. Democrats, like House Minority Leader Prentice Driscoll, voiced concerns that the leaner budget cuts too deep, especially if a recession or federal funding cuts hit the state. Quote, "The state should be prepared to help carry its people through that tough time, not looking for ways to cut funding," Driscoll said. Still, lawmakers argued the changes are a return to conservative fiscal values. "We have become accustomed to spending recurring dollars," said House Speaker Daniel Perez. "What we're trying to do is stop that from happening into the future." Governor DeSantis now has until the end of the month to issue line item vetoes, setting up a possible final showdown between the legislature and the governor as budget season comes to a close. Thoughts on budget?
All right. One of the things that affects us on the budget is the arts group. A lot of the groups that depend on some state funding, they got cut last year. It looks like they're going to get cut again. Last year, the local TDC was able to take some money out of reserve, but we drained the reserve last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the solution is for those groups. It's pretty minimum of what we'll be able to do for them this year. And we have TDC meeting this week or this today to talk about it. So it's one of those things where last year we kind of drained the bank and hoping that money would come back from the state, and it doesn't look like it's going to do. So there's going to be a lot of nonprofits that could be hurt by this budget.
Okay.
Nonprofits in the arts. So.
Okay. So it sounds like a call to people to get out there and fund the things.
Yeah, they need to be supporting the ones they care about. I mean, it's gonna fall back on, because where we took the money from last year, that reserve is drained.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough discussion today, I think.
All right. Moving into slightly happier news, St. Augustine Amphitheater, among world's busiest outdoor venues this year. The St. Augustine Amphitheater is making waves on the world stage, ranked among the top 3 busiest outdoor music venues worldwide and number 2 in the U.S., according to Pollster Magazine, the 2025 mid-year ticket sales report. The prestigious ranking comes after a blockbuster first half of the year featuring music legends like Diana Ross, ZZ Top, the Beach Boys, Chicago, Foreigner, and Joe Bonamassa. Multi-night shows from Willie Nelson and Widespread Panic helped boost the amphitheater's numbers as well, along with seasonal favorites like Mannheim Steamroller and Apex Theater's It's a Wonderful Life. Pollster, the live music industry's leading publication, bases its rankings on global ticket sales, and for St. Augustine's venue, the numbers are not only strong, they're historic. We've always believed that the St. Augustine Amphitheater is a special place, said Gabriel Pellissier, CEO of SJC Cultural Events, Inc., but seeing it ranked among the top 3 amphitheaters in the world is a reminder of how far we've come. SJC Cultural Events manages the amphitheater and Ponte Vedra Concert Hall and credits the success of careful programming, a hardworking team, and fans from far beyond the local community. In fact, 63% of ticket buyers traveled from outside of St. Johns and Duval counties. Looking ahead, the momentum isn't slowing down. With 40 more shows booked this year, the venue is on pace for a record-breaking 2025. Upcoming acts include John Legend, Bailey Zimmerman, Ringo Starr, Brad Paisley, Sierra Farrell, and John Batiste. From legacy artists to fresh new voices, we strive to present a diverse mix of genres and experiences, says Carrie Baker, Chief Programming Officer. It's incredibly rewarding to see that approach resonate with audiences. As one of the world's top-ranked amphitheaters, the AMP continues to shine as a premier destination for live entertainment and a major point of pride for St. Augustine and the First Coast. Just a plug for my daughter. She'd really like for you guys to get Megan Maroney back, so
Yeah.
let me know if that happens.
I was at Saturday night's Nikki Glazer.
Yeah, how was that?
She talked about her privates quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
So she's funny. She's a funny lady, and it was good. It was a nice night. It's always nice to go to the amphitheater. You see so many friends, and it's just a wonderful place to be.
Mm-hmm.
So
It really is. It's a great venue. I've loved every show that I've gone, even if it was one of those, I've got an extra ticket. You want to see this band you've never heard of? Sure, why not? Let's do this. The Amp's just amazing. It's always a good time.
yeah, no, it really is, and happy and proud of Gabe. He started working for us when he was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
He just worked his way all the way through, and he's probably one of the top GMs on venues in the entire country.
Yeah.
So
He's amazing. He's a really good guy.
He's good. He's a good guy, and he loves St. Augustine. So, and it shows.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, moving into the
But
gas.
don't tell him I said that. Don't tell
Yeah, keep it a secret. Yeah, just between us. Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Circle K on 207 at $2.67. Got Gate at Mizell Road, $2.68. Gate at US 1 North, $2.95. Circle K, US 1 North at $2.95. We've got Shell at 146 King Street, $2.95. A1A Discount Beverages at $2.99. Mobile and Circle K, it's also $2.99. And Owens on South Ponce, still at $2.99. So is Sunoco at South Ponce de Leon Boulevard, and the Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard. So we're moving down slowly but surely.
Yep.
That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Live music today, we've got Jim Lamb at Milltop Tavern, 12 p.m. Reggie Starrett is at Tradewinds Lounge, 1 p.m. Cam Wheaton's at Pierre's Pub, also 1 p.m. Joshua Tennessee Worthy's at Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Kevin Edwards is at Hurricane Grill and Wings, 5 p.m. Bones is at the Tides Oyster Company and Grill, also 5 p.m. Mark Hart still at 5 p.m. at Tradewinds Lounge. Bob Patterson, O.C. White is closing out our 5 p.m. hour. Stu Weaver's at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6 p.m. Wes Registers at Prohibition Kitchen, also 6 p.m. And so is Joe Downing, 6 p.m. at Salt Life Food Shack. We've got Johnson Burns at Tradewinds Lounge, closing out the night at 9 p.m. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. And this summer, Fidus is proud to support the Big Summer Fun Scramble on Friday, June 27th at the Golf Club at Southampton, benefiting Big Brothers Big Sisters of St. Johns County. Tee off for a great cause with breakfast, lunch, raffles, contests, and more. Sign up today at bbsgolftournament.com. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, moving on. St. Augustine to host ceremony celebrating rabbis who stood against segregation and along with Martin Luther King Jr. This week marks 61 years since a pivotal moment in St. Augustine's civil rights history when 16 Jewish rabbis were arrested for standing beside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a bold protest against segregation. On Wednesday, the St. Augustine Jewish Historical Society will hold its 13th annual commemoration ceremony to remember what became the largest mass arrest of rabbis in U.S. history. The event will be held at the Old County Jail on Lewis Speedway, the very location where the rabbis were detained in 1964. Local leaders, including Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein, will read from the historic letter titled Why We Went, a powerful statement of solidarity and moral conviction against racial injustice. The protests that led to their arrest included a diversion at the Monson Motor Lounge, allowing young black activists to swim in a whites-only pool. That moment turned violent when acid was poured into the water, a shocking image that sparked national outrage. Adding to the emotional resonance of the day, the son of one of the arrested rabbis will read a personal letter from Dr. King inviting his father to join the movement for justice. Following the noon ceremony, guests will be able to visit the mobile Museum of Tolerance, making its first stop in Florida and remaining open until 4 p.m. This historic act of courage and the public reaction to it helped catalyze national change. The very next day, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, ending 83 days of debate and reshaping the future of the nation. This is going to be a really powerful ceremony.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a great moment. We have a bronze plaque at the Hilton, which is where the Monson was. Mm-hmm. And one of the great things that Conti did is he made the pool. The pool's in the exact same spot it was at. It's higher.
All right.
But it's the exact same spot it was, and it's the same shape. Of when it was in 1964 when all this took place. And it was muriatic acid, and the two Jewish gentlemen that were in the pool with the black kids were trying to, explain to the kids, hey, it's not going to hurt us. They actually put water in their mouth and spit it out like it was. Mm-hmm. It still would have made you itchy if he poured it right on you. Yeah. But it was in water that was dispersed, so it wasn't.
It was diluted.
It was diluted, and it was very much staged, because when the two Jewish gentlemen got in the pool, they waved the kids over that were standing on the street, mm-hmm. and there were cameras already ready.
Yeah.
So it was completely staged, and mm-hmm. The owner of the hotel, Mr. Brock, kind of snapped a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was a dark moment in our history, mm-hmm. but it's a part of our history we cannot forget and can't let it slide by.
Yeah, we can't forget. We have to continue to move forward and learn from it. So this is going to be a great remembrance. If you have the availability to get there, I would highly encourage you to do so. Mm-hmm. All right. St. Augustine Music Festival returns with free concerts in historic Cathedral Basilica. Music, history, and culture will take center stage in the nation's oldest city as St. Augustine Music Festival returns for its 19th season. The free festival will be held over the final 2 weekends of June, offering 7 world-class concerts, all inside the Cathedral Basilica and free to the public. Quote, "It brings world-class music in a very unique setting. The cathedral probably hosts some of the best acoustics in North Florida," says artistic director Jorge Pena. In 2024 season opens on June 19th, with a powerful tribute concert from the Ritz Chamber Players honoring the life and legacy of James Weldon Johnson. "We've selected a program that encompasses everything going on this month," said Executive Director Terrence Patterson. "The whole performance features Black composers, including pieces by Sam Cors Taylor, who's often compared to Mozart. The season finale on June 29th will celebrate St. Augustine's 460th anniversary, featuring music by historical legends like Mozart and a special performance of Vivaldi's Mandolin Concerto, led by violinist Rafael Ramirez. It's been 300 years since it was written in 1725, Ramirez said. The festival not only preserves great music, but also brings new works and educates audiences. With free access, historic surroundings, and a lineup of international talent, the St. Augustine Music Festival promises to be a celebration of the past, present, and future through the universal language of classical music. This is cool.
Yeah.
I've gotten really into classical music in the past year. I've been studying it and studying composers. It's really compelling pieces of art that I really think more people should contend with. There's a rich history in these pieces of music. There's crazy research about the benefits of classical music. Specifically, they've even found that Mozart's Fifth can kill cancer cells.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't damage any other cells, but when played on samples of cancer cells, cancer cells die to Mozart's Fifth.
Well, and if you go back and
wild.
you watch and this is one of those programs that could be threatened by not having the state funding. So This is why we got to get out there and support them. But if you go back and watch the old Tom and Jerry's from like the 40s, like the old ones, they have, because music wasn't protected.
Yeah.
So they have like Mozart and they have Bach and they have, Beethoven and all the classics in behind Tom and Jerry running around.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wait, that song sounds familiar. And it's actually in there. It's actually in those. If you just listen to the music side, it's pretty wild.
So Disney's Fantasia, that was an attempt to bring classical music to a newer generation. And so he was trying to pair state-of-the-art animation to make it something that kids would want to bring their parents to, but then introduce them to great works of classical music. And it was intended to be a series. That was the plan with Fantasia, because it really meant a lot to Disney to try and inculcate the youth.
Inculcate.
Good word, huh?
Yeah.
Classical music. You got to bring out the good words. Inculcate the youth with classical music.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
It sounds like a dessert. Hey, I'll have some of that inculcate.
Yeah. Frothy.
Yeah.
A little chocolatey.
Yeah. Extra sprinkles. Always extra sprinkles.
Always. You're like my kids. I'm not a huge sprinkle person.
Yeah.
I don't need extra grit in my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not an extra sprinkle person.
Yeah.
But my kids do love them.
Yeah. I'm probably not an extra sprinkle, but don't leave out the sprinkles.
Well, I didn't have a lot of sprinkles because I don't like them. And so, kids wanted sprinkles. So now we have a whole bin of sprinkles in my house that I don't need sprinkles in. Troy, how do you want to check the comments?
On this moist Monday, I will meander through the maze of the merry commentary mentioned by our minions.
Lovely. That moist meandering is brought to you by BNS Signs.
Sounds dirty when you say it that way.
Want your business to get... I'm sorry, BNS. I didn't mean to do that to you.
Yes,
Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your signs looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building comes with free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options to fit your budget. Visit them on Stay Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience. All right, Troy, give us that comments report.
All right, comments. Tim, I didn't get a gas report from Tim today, so I'm going to have to check on him again. That's the second time in a week. All right, Rebecca does not find me handy, so I'm a little hurt by that. Kenny had a rough weekend, so Kenny, quick recovery from what you're going through there. And everybody loved the amp. Everybody loves the amp. So
awesome. The amp is amazing. Yes, Kenny, we want you to get well soon. Keep us updated if there's anything we can do. All right, do we have a Stoidum stat?
We do have a Stoidum stat. It's a big day. What's the name of our studio?
The Bozard
Ford Studio.
Yeah.
On this day is the day that Henry Ford incorporated Ford Motor Company. He tried 2 other businesses before. He had 12 investors. On this day, they signed right there in Detroit, Michigan. And his big breakthrough was in 1908 when the Model T came in.
Okay.
And then it became like where regular people could afford a vehicle. It put so many more cars on. A lot of people think he invented the car. He didn't invent the car. He invented the assembly line, which allowed cars to be not an everyday person, but it allowed it to be more open to the public.
Accessible,
so, Henry Ford was a hardworking guy, but not always the nicest guy to the people around him.
Yeah. He had a stated goal that he wanted the people that built the Model T to be able to afford the Model T.
Yeah.
And so it really changed manufacturing in the country.
Yeah. I mean, and that's right now they still have that pricing of the people to the public, like what the people at Ford get as a discount. It's still available to you out there at Bozard Ford.
Shout out to Bozard Ford Lincoln.
Yep.
All right, that's Stoidum Stats, brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right on the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice tomorrow. All right, do we have plugs, Troy?
I have several plugs. First thing I want to say is, Blake, thank you for going down to the protest. Your videos of that were great, so people could see what was going on there. And also, we got Bollocks tonight. Lenny is coming back into town. We're going to see if he actually makes it to Bollocks. If not, it's just me and Blake. I think we can handle it.
All right. Well, let me know if Lenny's not coming. I could probably crash.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and Rumble. Bollocks tonight. Bye, guys.
Bye.